Every single day, the same rude woman lets her dog poop in your yard. She looks right at you and walks away without cleaning it up. You're so angry, you can't think straight. Then she tells your neighbor, "What are you going to do about it?" Well, lady, you're about to find out exactly what I'm going to do about it. If you love stories about rude people getting what they deserve, hit that like button right now. Subscribe, because what you're about to hear is the most satisfying revenge story ever. It involves sprinklers, an entitled dog owner, and the sweetest payback you'll ever see. Let me tell you about my life 2 years ago. I was really sad because we had just lost our big dog. He weighed 250 pounds and was the sweetest, most gentle dog ever. He wasn't just a pet, he was my best friend. When he died, I was heartbroken. But I wanted to do something nice to remember him. So I put up a little free dog treat stand in our front yard. I also put out free poop bags for other dog owners, because that's what good people do. They clean up after their dogs. Our yard was pretty messed up from having such a big dog, so I spent months fixing it. I planted new grass and flowers that dogs like. Every plant was put there with love. I was hoping that someday we'd get another dog to enjoy it. But then, she showed up. Every morning, at exactly 8:02 a.m., this woman would walk down our street. She wore expensive clothes and shoes, always talking on her phone. Behind her was a small, fluffy dog that looked really mean. The first time I saw her let her dog poop right in front of my wife's car, right on the special garden I made for my dead dog, I thought it was a mistake. I thought she'd come back and clean it up. But she didn't. Day after day, week after week, month after month, the same thing. Her little dog would leave huge piles of poop on my property, and she would just walk away like she owned the place. I tried everything a nice person would try. I posted on our neighborhood app. She ignored it. I put up polite signs asking people to clean up after their pets. She didn't care. My sweet neighbor even talked to her directly, saying, "Hey, pick up your dog's poop." And you know what this woman said? "I don't have time. I have to walk my dog before work." When my neighbor said, "That was really rude," this woman looked her right in the eye and said the words that would ruin her life. "What are you going to do about it?" Then she walked away. My neighbor was so nice that she actually cleaned up the mess herself and told me about it later. When she told me what happened, I got so angry I could barely think straight. This woman was so rude and didn't care about anyone else. She had just started a war with the wrong person. You have to understand, this wasn't just about dog poop. This was about respect. This woman was being mean and literally pooping all over the memory of my best friend. I had put free poop bags right there for everyone to use. There was a bucket with a sign that said, "Free poop bags here." I made it super easy for people to be nice, but this woman chose to be horrible. I started watching her like a detective. I looked at my security camera videos over and over. Every weekday, 8:02 to 8:03 a.m. Never on weekends. Never after 8:04. She was more on time than a clock. I had met her before when I was walking my big dog around the neighborhood. Even then, her little mean dog would try to attack my gentle giant, and she'd be so busy on her phone that she wouldn't even notice until I'd yell, "Control your dog," and block her aggressive little beast. She was one of those people who only think about themselves and don't care how they hurt others. But that was about to change in a big way. The plan I came up with was simple and perfect. I'm pretty good with technology, so when I decide to fix a problem, I go all out. I studied everything about her daily routine like I was planning a mission. Nice clothes every day, expensive ones. Designer shoes that probably cost more than most people make in a month. Always carrying a purse, but never, and I mean never, carrying poop bags. She was the perfect example of a spoiled, entitled person, and she was about to learn a very expensive lesson. I bought a special Wi-Fi sprinkler system that I could control from my phone. Not just any sprinkler. This was the best one money could buy. I could turn it on from anywhere in the world just by tapping my phone. I put 2 powerful water sprayers in the exact spot where her little demon liked to poop. One pointing from my house toward the sidewalk, another one pointing from the sidewalk toward my house. The best part was how precise it was. I could set it to turn on at exactly 8:03 a.m., or I could control it myself with perfect timing. And when I say powerful, I mean I made sure all the water in my house was going to these sprinklers for maximum pressure. For 3 days, I tested everything. I figured out how long it took from pressing the button to water coming out. I adjusted the angles to hit the perfect spots. I was like a sniper getting ready for the perfect shot. And then, it was time. I'll never forget that first morning. I was at work with my security camera app open on my computer and my finger ready to press the sprinkler button. 2 a.m. Here she comes, walking down the street in an outfit that probably cost more than my monthly food budget. Her little poop machine walking beside her, already heading toward his favorite bathroom spot. She's completely focused on her phone call, earbuds in, living in her own selfish little world. The dog starts to squat in the same spot he's been ruining for months. I press the button. What happened next was pure magic. 2 streams of freezing cold water shot out from both sprinklers at the same time. The first stream hit her precious little furball right in the face while he was pooping. The second stream hit her at waist level like a fire hose. The scream that came out of this woman's mouth was so loud it could break glass. Even through my security camera from far away, I could hear her scream with rage and shock. Her perfectly groomed little demon instantly went from a fluffy ball of attitude to a soaking, wet, muddy mess. But the best part was what happened next. In her panic, she ran across my wet lawn to grab her dog. But in her expensive designer shoes, on wet grass that I had just fertilized with cow manure the day before, she slipped. She slipped and fell right into the fresh pile of dog poop that her dog had just made. The same poop that was now being sprayed, with tons of water, making a lovely, smelly mud pie. When she finally got back up, her expensive work clothes were completely covered in dog poop, grass stains, and cow manure. She ran away screaming like crazy, carrying her wet, muddy, scared little dog. I laughed so hard my boss had to come check on me. But the fun wasn't over. About an hour later, I saw her post on our neighborhood app. "Terrible people are turning on their sprinklers during dog walking time," she wrote, clearly very angry. Someone nicely replied, "Maybe just walk a different way, or go a little later." Her response was perfect. "You don't understand. My dog is soaking wet and it ruined his grooming for the whole week. Now I have to get him cleaned after work. Thank you, Poop Lady, for showing that you learned nothing from today's lesson." Day 2. Even better revenge. 10:30, 12 ooze. The next morning, I was ready. Camera app open, sprinkler controls ready, excitement running through me. And there, she was right on time. But this time, she was wearing an even nicer outfit. Full business suit with heels and what looked like a very expensive jacket. Clearly, she had an important day planned. Too bad for her. She was more careful this time. She kept looking at my yard, checking her watch, staring at the sprinklers suspiciously. But her little dog had to poop, and habits are habits. At exactly 8:26 a.m., her dog got into position. I pressed the button. The scream that came out of this woman was so loud and angry that I could hear it clearly through my camera. It sounded like a wild animal fighting for its life. But this time, the timing was even more perfect. Her dog was in the middle of pooping when the water hit, and when she panicked to grab him, she created what I can only call a flying poop show. Picture this: a panicked woman in an expensive business suit trying to grab a wet, wiggling dog that's still pooping. The result? Dog poop flying through the air like fireworks. Her phone fell to the ground. She broke her heel trying to get it. And in the grand finale, one last piece of poop flew through the air and landed right on her clean white shirt. It was like watching a perfect dance of karma. By Thursday, I could see she was getting scared. Through my camera, I watched as Poop Lady came to my house looking worried. Her dog was now clearly traumatized by 2 days of surprise water attacks. As they got close to the usual spot, he started, pulling back, refusing to go any further. I watched her pull his leash, getting more and more frustrated. She looked at the sprinklers. She looked at her watch. She looked at her scared dog. I could see her thinking hard about what to do. Finally, she decided to keep going. They started walking toward the same area again. This time, I didn't wait for the dog to start pooping. This time, I turned on the sprinklers as soon as they stepped on my property. Her dog, now experienced with sprinkler attacks, immediately ran away so fast that she was caught completely off guard. She dropped the leash, and I watched her do that awkward running in heels thing, chasing her traumatized little dog down the street. It was beautiful. Friday morning came and went. No Poop Lady, no aggressive little dog, just peace and a clean yard. The next Monday, around 10 a.m., I saw the same little dog coming to my house, but this time he was being walked by a young woman wearing a dog walking service t-shirt. She stopped at my dog treat stand. She smiled, actually smiled. She picked up after the dog, bagged it properly, tied it up, and kept walking. The dog looked happier, calmer, like he was relieved. Apparently, Poop Lady decided that paying for professional dog walking was better than daily public embarrassment and having to buy new expensive clothes. After about 3 months, I stopped seeing either Poop Lady or her formerly mean little dog anywhere in the neighborhood. People said she had moved to a different area, probably somewhere she and her dog could live in peace and poop wherever they wanted. I still have the sprinkler system, but now I use it normally, watering my beautiful memorial garden at 4 a.m., when nobody's around, helping my plants grow in memory of my gentle giant. Looking back, I learned something important about people. Some people will only respect rules when there are real consequences. Being polite, putting up signs, and asking nicely meant nothing to someone who thought rules didn't apply to her. But a little creativity and perfectly timed water pressure? That she understood perfectly. Sometimes when people ask, "What are you going to do about it?" life gives the most perfect answer possible. If this story of perfect neighborhood justice made you happy, smash that like button and tell me in the comments, what's the most satisfying revenge you've ever seen? Have you ever had to deal with a rude neighbor who thought they were better than everyone else? And if you want more stories of karma and justice being served, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. Until then, remember, sometimes the best revenge is simply giving people exactly what they deserve.